Spirit of Halloween, Pizzaverse exclusive. Sun-grown trichome, the president of pot and enemy of fake wise guys. From the sun-kissed mountains of weed, California comes the man, the myth, the legalization legend, President Sun-grown trichome. Half diplomat, half dispensary, all business. Step aside, Dracula. Move over, Freddy. There's a new legend in town, and he smells like citrus terpenes and federal legalization paperwork. Introducing the Pizzaverse president, sun-grown trichoma, straight out of Weed, California. Yeah, that's a real place, and he runs it like the Oval Office met a grow tent. He's got a hemp briefcase, gold aviators, and the presidential seal replaced with a pot leaf and the words, "In Dank we trust." One hand signs executive orders, the others roll in a presidential blunt the size of Tony Pizza's ego. And make no mistake, this ain't no mellow hippie. Nah, Sunground's been at war. His enemies? Fake wise guys with cheap Batman tees and cheaper stories. His allies, the Pizzaverse, the good guys, the real ones, the task force of truth. Rumor is he once looked Tony Pizza dead in the eye and said, "You couldn't handle a joint, let alone a joint operation." Boom, mic drop, bong rip, CIA phone ringing off the hook. Costume includes presidential hemp suit jacket, aviators of authority, TM, executive blunt prop, non-smokable, relax, Karen, fake CIA badge with top secret Operation Munchies stamped on it, optional accessory, Tony Pizza's restraining order, autographed by nobody important. Bonus features. Press the red button on the chest pocket and you'll hear Sun-grown shout, "The only thing I'm planting is evidence of corruption," or "Tony Pizza, you're a bum." Comes with a faint aroma of victory, pine, and distant FBI surveillance vans. So this Halloween, don't just dress up, make a statement. Show the world you stand for truth, justice, and top-shelf product. Because in the Pizzaverse, we don't just roll joints, we roll over frauds.
Mugs, what the fuck you doing in there, you prick?
Pizzaverse strong, motherfucker strong.
Bambi Palermo, running around Pizzaverse. Fuck you and Pizzaverse.
A Pizzaverse Grimm tale, Little Red and the Big Bad Rat. A Bambi Palermo and Pizzaverse Studios production, narrated by Vincent DiPrio, with espresso, attitude, and street justice. Once upon a grime. They say every fairy tale's got a villain, a hero, and a lesson. But out on Long Island, the villains run delis, the heroes drive beat-up Lincolns, and the lessons come with a side of marinara. St. a land of castles. It's diners that never close, highways that hum all night, and neighborhoods that remember every secret. And in this story, the girl in red ain't skipping through the woods. She's cruising down Sunrise Highway with a delivery box on her lap, a burner phone in her pocket, and her grandmother's voice ringing in her head like an oath. Her name's Red Palermo, but soon the little part won't fit no more, because this ain't no fairy tale. This is Long Island. Red grew up above La Rosa Pasticceria, a sleepy bakery on the corner of Merrick Road, known for its pastries, coffee, and off-the-books clientele. Nonna Rosa ran it like a boot camp with biscotti. She had the kind of stare that could silence a priest and the kind of hands that could bake or break, depending on the mood. "3 rules, Bambina," she'd say, tapping her rolling pin like a gavel. 1, you run the packages, not your mouth. 2, never walk the same route twice. 3, if a bum in a Batman tee ever calls you sweetheart, you run. Nonna didn't believe in bedtime stories. She believed in loyalty, espresso, and keeping your enemies hungry. Enter Tony Bum Pizza, Tony Pizza. Real name Sean McCarthy, but he called himself the Prince of Park Avenue South, like it meant something. Now he lived in a rented basement in Bayshore, surrounded by empty pizza boxes and broken dreams, shouting into a webcam like it owed him money. Every night he went live, telling stories about the life, about mob hits he never saw and people he never met. The guy couldn't organize a calzone, let alone a crew. His followers ate it up, thousands of lost souls sending super chats, believing every word from a man who never told the truth once in his life. But one viewer, she wasn't buying it. Username LaLupa13, that was Little Red, and she had plans for this clown. One chilly night, Nonna hands Red a white pastry box tied in crimson ribbon. Take this to the warehouse down by the docks, near Freeport. Hand it to the wolf, not the rat. Red squints. The wolf. You'll know him when you see him. He don't talk, he watches. But Red had a gut feeling, and her gut never lied. She called Supreme, the philosopher of the streets, and Frank Pecoraro, old-school consigliere with a cigar glued to his hand. Nonna's acting weird. Think this is something big. Frank nodded slow. Kid, on this island, when Nonna gets quiet, it's about to get loud. Red pulls up to the docks. The water's black and still, and there, sitting on a crate, is Tony Bum Pizza, streaming live again. Well, if it ain't Red Palermo, the heir to the cannoli throne, he sneers. What's in the box, sweetheart? Rat poison or receipts? He pans the camera to her. Thousands of eyes on the stream. Chat flying wild. But Red don't flinch. You think this is a game, she says? You've been messing with the wrong Nonna. Tony laughs. That oily, fake laugh of a man drowning in his own lies. You don't get it, kid. The internet is the life now. I don't need a crew. I got followers. She sets the box down at his feet. The ribbon slips. The lid pops open. Inside, not pastries, documents, photos, court transcripts. Everything Tony ever forged, faked and fabricated, broadcast live for the world to see. Tony's live stream goes nuclear. His followers vanish overnight. Sponsors pull out, and his street cred melts faster than gelato in August. Meanwhile, Nonna Rosa's bakery gets busier than ever. Locals whisper that the old lady's got angels watching over her, but anyone who's been around long enough knows better. The angels don't protect her, they work for her. With Tony exposed, a new problem rises. The shoelace mafia, a gang of online extortionists he'd been feeding info to, now turning their sights on Bambi and the crew. So Red calls in the cavalry. Jim Martin runs street intel and livestream counterstrikes. Frank Pecoraro oversees ops from his diner booth in Ronkonkoma. Iron Fist Impeach handles muscle, strategy, and intimidation tactics, sometimes in that order. Aaron the Brain Schulte decrypts Tony's files, finds the money trail. Anthony Sessa, the smooth operator and social infiltrator, slips into Tony's chat as wise guy Fornoshi, baiting him into revealing his fake connections. Sun-grown Tricum keeps morale high and shipments greener than envy. Agent David Lopez, playing both sides, keeping the feds blind long enough to clean house. Together, they form the Pizzaverse task force, Long Island's quietest, deadliest fairy tale fixers. Turns out the wolf wasn't a myth. He's Lopez, undercover, making sure the feds never learn how deep Tony's scams went. He shows up at La Lupa Pasticceria, hands Bambi a file folder thicker than Tony's ego. It's all there. Every name he sold, every grift he ran, every fake story he used to bait clicks. Bambi flips it open, cold eyes gleaming. Then we finish it the right way. That night, the task force drops a docuseries, The Big Bad Rat, The Real Story of Tony Bum Pizza. It hits 1 million views overnight. By morning, Tony's channels are gone. His name's Poison, his legend's finished. Red inherits the bakery, renames it La Lupa Pasticceria. Adds a new sign out front. We don't sell fairy tales, we bake them. People drive from all over Long Island for her cannolis. They taste like vengeance, sweet, rich, unforgettable. Some nights when the wind blows in off the water, locals swear they hear the sound of a man yelling into a camera, begging somebody, anybody to believe him. But the island don't listen. It's too busy eating. Bambi Palermo's word to the wise. Fairy tales, they don't end with a kiss out here. They end with receipts, espresso, and peace of mind. The big bad rat thought he could run his mouth forever. But on Long Island, sweetheart, words don't fly. They fall. This has been Bambi's Grimm Tales, a Pizzaverse Studios production. Subscribe, stay loyal, and remember, even fairy tales got a body count.
If Bambi Palermo ever rolled up on me, I'd stuff her in her own trunk. I don't waste my time with these fucking morons. Stand the guy, you know, he'll get his beating one day. He will. I promised him a beating. He'll get it. He's going to get it. Without any interruptions, without jerk-offs trying to spin my story and... The summer wind came blowing in from across the sea. It lingered there to touch your hair and walk with me. All summer long we sang a song and then we strolled that golden sand. Two sweethearts and the summer wind.